Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to today's Caffeine for the Soul. And today I want to talk about the two me's. And what I mean by that is for years it has seemed like there are two of me. And one of me is incredibly competent. One of me is surprisingly creative and bright. One of me is really lighthearted and understanding and kind and sensitive, but willing to be confronting and direct when called for, and is sort of everything that the other me aspires to be. But the other me is kind of neurotic and insecure and a scaredy cat and gets really caught up and is petty and all the things that I don't want to be. And so for a number of years, I noticed the two me's. Now, what was interesting was that the neurotic insecure one, I was pretty sure was the real me. And that other guy was some aspirational character that I hoped one day to be able to be. Now, here's where it started getting interesting. I noticed that when I was teaching or coaching, that really cool me was the one who did that. But when I was working on my business, it was the neurotic insecure guy who did that. And it became a running joke in my own company that, you know, the people who worked with me would go, God, could we have the other guy run the company? Could I get the other guy to come into this meeting? Because you're just a pain. That might sound like I shouldn't have allowed it, but actually I got it. It was true. It was such a gap between the me who did the work and the me who tried to run the business. And I tried various solutions based on that. So I tried to train every day or coach every day to make sure that more of that me would show up. And I thought maybe I'll get in the habit of being that me. And I tried all these different things until one day it dawned on me that there was actually only one of me. And the difference between the me that I thought was really cool and the me that I thought was not was just the same me using the mind in two different ways. So neurotic, insecure me was just me using my mind to think about itself, to think about my individual plight, to go into the past and rerun scenarios, to go into the future and make up things that might happen and then what I would do if they happened and how it would feel if they happened. And that me, because all its attention, right? That way of using the mind with all my attention on my little self, that self-consciousness just got more and more tight and wound up. Whereas when I coached and taught, I wasn't in that habit. I was in the habit of being really present with whoever else I was with. It made no sense to worry about what I thought or felt or what I would think or feel because I was with real people. And so I was in the habit, in that context, of showing up clean and responding. And I was in the habit, when there was no one else around, of getting deeper and deeper and deeper into my own thinking, my own psychology, my own self-conscious world. And what I realized is what made it seem like it was something to do with, well, when I teach this, but when I work on the business, when I'm with people, but when I'm on my own, is the habit of using the mind that way was context specific. So it turned out it was just, I had a helpful habit of using the mind by letting things come to mind, of being present and allowing ideas to come through, words to come through, possibilities to emerge. And in the other context of being on my own or trying to do business stuff, I was in an unhelpful habit of running everything through me, running everything through my own worry filters, running everything through my own insecure filters. And when I saw that there weren't two me's, just one me using the mind sometimes helpfully, sometimes unhelpfully, and mostly habitually, that was a game changer. Because for the first time, it didn't look like it mattered what I was doing. It didn't matter where I was or who I was with. In any moment, I could either use the mind, use thought, use this amazing creative power to get more and more insular, like shining a flashlight in my own eyes and then wondering why it was so hard to see. Or I could aim the flashlight out and see whatever I saw and simply deal with things as they come to mind. And it turns out that's just a really powerful use of the mind. To let things come to mind and to not fill the space with all your thinking about you. And so that's my invitation for you today, is to just explore those two different uses of the mind for yourself. And notice if there are certain situations where you're in the habit of using the mind to go to the past and go to the future and do all that stuff. But also to notice, are there places already where it's really normal for you to use the mind presence, to use the mind in real time, to use the mind as a receiver for fresh thought, instead of a broadcaster replaying your own personal top 40 of depressing, sad songs or building you up songs or whatever kind of music you're used to playing in your own mind. So, if you're not sure what to do with this, then here's my suggestion. Don't worry about it and let something come to mind. Have fun, learn heaps, happy exploring, and I'll talk to you soon.